Hello everybody, welcome to week number 10 of HRD 631. We're making tremendous progress in this class, and in the next few minutes I'd just like to give you a preview of what we will be doing in week number 10 and also a preview of week number 11. So why don't we just dig right into it. So week number 10 really deals with learning styles, and I know there are some students in this class that have actually looked at learning styles. You might have even done or used an instrument to determine your learning styles. And if you have done that and you still have that materials, you can use that for this week. Or you might want to just do the instrument, take the instrument, and see if your learning style has changed. So I'm going to proceed that not everybody in the class has actually determine their learning styles. So to get us going, you're looking at the video. So here we are, we're in week number 10, which starts on Monday, March 29th. The topic is learning styles. So the nuts and bolts, reading. In our textbook, we're going to read chapter 15. I'd like you to read or scan the entire chapter. If you're using the 4th edition, I'd like you to specifically read and focus in on pages 431 to 437. If you're using the 3rd edition, these pages. So I will come back to this, but what you're going to do is read that. You're going to complete the learning style inventory, and then you participate in the discussion. A little more information on that as we move forward. A preview to week number 11. Now, I'm still working on week number 11, but that's, a week away. We have a couple of options, and the first one is that next week we will be focusing on chapter 15 in a little more detail beyond the learning styles. The second option would be we will start the exploration project presentations, but so far we only have one person signed up for that, and I'm thinking I'm leaning towards doing all of the presentations in weeks 12, 13, and 14. And then a third option would be combining chapter 15 with maybe one or two exploration projects, the facilitation or presentations. So stay tuned on that. You don't need to do anything. And to get ready for those, if I do decide that we're going to go with number 2 option for the one or two that have already signed up using the doodle poll, I will grade your exploration projects, specifically the learning organizer and the annotated bibliography, soon. You will be the first ones that I grade this week. So, and I'll also be in touch with you separately. So that's it as far as the nuts and bolts. So what do we have? What kind of materials do we have this week? Well, we're in learning styles, and I have to tell you this is one of the most interesting and fascinating subjects to me. This is what my doctoral dissertation was largely on. It had to do with learning styles of Maine's family forest landowners. So we have about 86,000 of them in the state of Maine that own between 10 and 1,000 acres of woods or forest land. So that's really what I looked at. Learning styles are really how we take in and process information, and do we do it in such a unique way. And I will say right out of the chute that a transformation in my thinking and thought process is really, it's changed over the years when it comes to learning styles. I thought at one point they were more definite. And I will say that there's some controversy, not so much controversy, but there's some disagreement as to how important learning styles are. And if you have a learning styles, will you have it your entire life? So the text discusses this to some degree. So specifically beyond the text, what do I have? Well, I have a 6-page, it's a brief Word document on learning styles. And, this is modified from some of my doctoral work. You may It's pretty deep in places, but it gives you a really good overview of learning styles and research. The text, chapter 15, and I have an optional read summarizing learning styles. Take a look at that. The PowerPoint presentation. Really, the focus is on David Kolb, which one of his models is what we're going to be using this week, his instrument. You're going to be taking a test to determine your learning styles. Take a look at that. And then I added an excellent YouTube video on Kolb's learning styles and also learning styles in general. Now, this YouTube video augments the PowerPoint that I put together for this week. Okay, so what do? You're going to determine your learning styles. How do you do that? You're going to take the inventory. You have to go. I do apologize. There was nothing readily available online. I've been searching. So use the paper version. I think you're going to have to print it out or figure out some other way to use it. And then view your results. Go to this web page, and you're going to be able to identify your results. And based upon the inventory, then the results, then there's discussion questions. I'd like you to go to the discussion board, the discussion forum for this week, and answer these questions. You know, as determined by Kolb's assessment, what's your learning styles? Did the results surprise you? If so, how? So, how could knowledge of your learning style be a benefit to you personally and professionally? And as an educator, how could knowledge of your audience learning styles increase efficacy? So I have certainly some ideas, and I'd like to add to the discussion forum, but I would rather not taint your views on this until we start discussing the subject. So tomorrow, which is March 28th, I have the annotated bibliography and learning organizer that is due. You can take a look at the video on both of these components. Please let me know if you're running into any problems and or you need a little extra time to submit it. There's also some sample materials. And then for those that have not used the doodle poll to sign up for your presentation week, please go back to the link in week number 9 and put in your preference. We can certainly accommodate everybody in weeks 12, 13, and 14, and I put it in here. If we do get one person or maybe two people in the first week, which is week number 11, we might have to rethink this and shuffle those folks into one of these 3 weeks. So that's it for now. There's some materials here. The assignment, I know some people have already submitted their assignment. You can submit it here. And then the discussion forum. So I hope you enjoy the work this week. We are really making progress, and all of a sudden, you know, we're in week number 10, and we have 14 weeks in the class. So everybody's doing well. Stick with it. It really, I sense every semester we reach this point, and people are tired. There's been a lot of information at this point of the semester. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me, and I'm always here to help. Enjoy the materials this week, and I'll see you online.